Whether you're considering adding Reddit to your portfolio or just curious about the buzz, stay tuned as we analyze the upvotes, downvotes, and the financial potential of Reddit's move to the market. Let's get started. All right, guys, today we are exploring Reddit's much anticipated IPO as the front of the page of the internet, as it's called, prepares to go public under the ticker symbol RDDT. We're diving into what makes this IPO stand out, the potential risks and rewards here for investors, and what Reddit's community-driven model means for its financial future. This is going to be one of the most talked about IPOs of the years, so let's get right into it here. I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say about this. So with this news, it's first important to understand that Reddit is different from the typical social media IPO. Give us a quick overview here.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's user-generated content, so its business is built on people coming to bring them information and for that use, but they're not really monetizing it. So it's an interesting IPO because there's going to be changes. Investors aren't going to just let the company continue as it is without making money. So there's certainly going to be some pressure on the business to alter its model, I think, after the IPO.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there is a history of net losses here. So what are the company's plans for achieving sustainable profitability? Is this going to impact investor confidence at all, do you think?
Well, I can answer the first part of the question. So the company currently, they make money through advertising revenue, through charging for premium subscriptions, and through some e-commerce activity that they have on their site. And what the company has said is going forward, they're going to continue to do all of those things. Plus, they're planning on selling data for their Redditors to companies that are creating language learning models for AI. Thomas and I were talking before we came on. So it's sort of like a meta playbook here.
Right.
Take your user data, license it out, make money that way. Interesting to me is that the companies also acknowledge that they may never be able to be sustainably profitable. So
the data mining thing to me is just a turn off. I've never really been a Redditor anyway. I mean, they call themselves the front page of the internet, but it's the front page of a lot of junk. I mean, there's some news, but it's mostly junk.
Some people might come after you for that comment, Thomas. I feel like there's some people that they really stand behind Reddit, so you better watch out in the comments.
I'm sure, and they talk about me a whole lot. So sometimes they do, but maybe they will again. I don't know.
Okay, well, I saw that Reddit is aiming for a valuation of up to 6.4 billion, and it's planning to issue 22 million shares. How does this target price range compare to its current financial health and its market potential?
Well, yeah, a lot of the chatter that I'm seeing is that it's just another overvalued IPO that makes no money. And back to our previous, conversation, this previous question, they're only selling about 10 or 11% of the company. That leaves 90% of shares left for them to sell. So, it's possible that over time they won't even try to make money. They'll just continue to sell shares and dilute the stock, use that cash flow to sustain business. And that's just not a good model, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was glad you brought that up before we came on, Thomas, because I was looking at that this morning. I was thinking, how does that work? It's like you're only planning on raising maybe up to 780 million on the IPO, and you're having a value of 6.4 billion. It was just, yeah, that's a really good point.
Okay, so to add a flexibility to the IPO, Reddit has included a green shoe option. Can one of you explain what that means exactly?
A green shoe option it's a provision that IPOs sometimes make, is the best way of putting it. It grants the underwriter of the IPO the right to sell more shares than originally planned if the demand exceeds their expectations.
Right. So like at face value, that's supposed to help reduce volatility. If the stock price is surging because there's so much demand, they can sell into that rally and kind of cap those gains. But what it also means is that they can opportunistically sell more shares and make more money, dilute the market even more if there is that demand.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think if they go into that 15% additional shares, it's just going to help cap the stock price and plays into the overvalued, the overvalued quality.
Okay, so another reason that Reddit's IPO is unique is because of its directed share program that allows users and moderators to participate directly here. How do you think this decision is going to affect the stock's volatility and maybe their price trajectory in the early days on the market?
I mean, I think this just plays into the potential for it being a meme stock. I mean, these employees and these people that are being allowed to participate will have no lockup. They'll be able to sell or buy as they want. So they're just going to increase the volatility. That was even stated in the IPO announcement into the documentation. They mentioned specifically Wall Street Bets because Wall Street Bets created the meme craze. We can be certain that there's going to be some meme style trading going on in this stock. Volatility is absolutely going to be present.
Yeah, that to me, the lack of the lockup period is the key thing to me. I mean, on one level, I can respect what Reddit's doing, is saying that, you know, they were built on the back of these users, and it would be wrong for them not to allow the users to participate in the IPO. Okay, fair enough. But when you're basically saying that they can just buy the shares and sell them right away, that's just introducing a lot of volatility into this.
Okay, so yes, as you guys mentioned, given the potential for Reddit to become a meme stock, as seen with the GameStop phenomenon, as you guys just said, what strategies now should investors kind of consider to navigate this possible market volatility?
Chris? I mean, I would say to sit back and wait and see what happens, you know, because maybe the market catches a bid, maybe it's supported, and maybe it won't. So many of these overvalued IPOs have surged at the open, only to have their stock prices implode within weeks or months. I don't think it's one that I'm going to chase into.
Yeah, I mean, I don't tend to approach any of these things as a trader. I look at it as an investment. As an investment, I would definitely be waiting. I suppose that if you're a trader, there are some things that you could do to get involved here, and you could play on that volatility. You know, but just to say, is it something that seems attractive to me as an investment? No.
As Reddit takes this bold step into Wall Street, the platform's unique blend of community-driven content, viral potential, and uncharted financial territory presents a fascinating case for investors. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Reddit's IPO and your strategies as potential investors. Are you considering buying into Reddit, or do you think there's too much volatility ahead? Share your insights with us and questions in the comments down below. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, if you found this talk helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.